instead of Brock.
Nice. Yo, I like those. I like the shades, pop. Muted,
You're
muted.
muted, homie.
Whoa,
No,
I'm
you're
muted,
good.
guys. H&M
Hey,
shades, guys. H&M shades. We're feeling
hey,
good. We're ready to go. We're ready to
talk to
go.
me, Matt. Talk to me.
Good luck.
I
Good
need
luck.
some shades like that, pap. I need that. My boy
I'm,
I'm doing
is.
it
Are you
for
sun ready,
Rocky.
man? Are you
I'm
sun
sun
ready?
ready. I haven't packed a thing. We're gonna be up till 2 in the morning, guys. Fuck it. We're balling. We're
Matt got
balling.
Who
the
cares?
fresh
Who cares?
cut. Got the new
Yep.
shades. Knicks are back. Brock is back.
What a time to be alive, guys. J Rod said this was the year of Matt. I think he's right. I think he's right.
Yo, bro, this
I
is
don't
the
know.
year of Matt, bro. It has to be.
I don't know. Guys, what do we want to start with first, guys? Want to start with our Knicks? I think we gotta
I
start
don't
with our
know, bro.
Knicks,
This is
guys.
yo, bro. This is your show, bro.
This is my show.
It's
No, no,
your
no.
show, bro.
No,
This is
guys,
your
look,
show.
we got to start with the NBA Finals. Raf has it perfectly right back there. Guys, the Spurs beat the OKC Thunder Saturday night, 111-103, advancing to their first finals since 2014 when they beat Raf's King James Miami Heat. Raf, the first in the Wemby era. Raf, what was your biggest takeaway from this game?
The series or just the game in general?
The series, yeah.
First of all, the series was amazing. I think that it was everything that we expected. Two even teams that absolutely could dominate any team in the league. Much respect to obviously OKC for as much as I don't like them. Obviously, you can make an argument that if it wasn't for the Spurs, they'll probably be in contention of being the back-to-back champions. However, when they lost Matt and Jay, that was my Super Bowl, that was my NBA Finals, and that was my MLB World Series. If I just mentioned it again, but no, that was my Stanley Cup as well. Yeah, seeing Shea lose, and now I don't gotta hear about the Shea and the Steph talks. I don't gotta hear none of that horse hockey nonsense. Matt, it's my podium. You see my podium. I'm right here. I'm speaking, Matt. No faces today. But no, listen, Matt. Like I just said, Spurs are just the owners of the OKC as until further notice. They stopped Thanos, and maybe we created a new Thanos right here. Who knows? Um, but when I was telling Jay, Matt, before we started the pod, that I'm concerned. If I was the Spurs, I would be concerned because I think that Wemby over celebrated, and I think that this was his NBA Finals. I think that his goal was just to prove that he could beat the OKC, and of course, he's always saying, "Oh, I'm addicted to winning this. It's my life's mission." Whatever corny stuff he wants to start saying now, and I think I'm starting to dislike him more now. But what I can say about this is that we should keep a close eye, especially in game one and two, because if I don't see the same energy for them beating the Knicks, then my point state's proven that this was the Spurs NBA Finals, and I think that at the end of the day, I think that they believe that this was their way to winning the championship or being the best team. But at the end of the day, to be the best team, you have to win this. So that's what I have to say about this right now.
Yeah, what has the series taught me about them? I think OKC was always like Raf says, they always looked at this juggernaut. The last two regular seasons, they basically won 60 plus games and dominated in the West. But I don't think I think what this series proves that OKC and listen, I know they were injured. I know they were missing the second best player, but they were missing him for basically majority of the year, and they were still this dominant. So I think OKC is gonna fall into a very good competitive team throughout the rest of the years. Like they're not this juggernaut. They can be had. You know what I mean? Like I heard back to last year and they went to the finals against the Pacers. It did go 7 games, and everybody told me that the East was always the weakest conference when it comes to the two. And if you can go 7 games with that team in the East, what does that say about your team? So I think OKC is going to be competitive. I'm not saying they're bums. I'm not saying that they're frauds. I just don't think they're this juggernaut Thanos team like Raf says. I will say that I think the Spurs have a better chance of being that team, not only because they're young and because they're coached well, but they have that player that could be the best player in the league. I don't think SGA can be considered the universal best player in the league right now, and I don't think he's gonna get that title anytime soon with Wemby coming up. So I think what this series showed is that Wemby is not only looking to be the champion and win the title, but also take the status of the best player in the league. I don't want to hear that SGA just won the MVP. I understand it, but you couldn't beat the Spurs. You couldn't beat it. You couldn't win in Game 7. You were up 3-2. Okay, you were up in the series, and you could have closed it out, and you couldn't get it done. So, I'm not again. Okay, so you're not bums. I'm not saying that they're trash. I'm not saying they're gonna fall out of the playoffs or not even make the Western Conference Finals next year. But I think that the Spurs showed that they are the team to beat, and Wemby is gonna be that guy. Let's see how he does in the finals. And one more thing before you go, Matt. This also proved that Chet needs to grow some cojones.
Yeah, look, Jay, especially on the last part, I agree. Chet Holmgren, I think the Thunder have a lot of questions now on what they want to do with Chet Holmgren and J Dub. Is Chet Holmgren really that guy now? 4 points in Game 7. He was benched at the end of that game. He was just scared of Wemby. He was scared of the moment, and he plays great against everybody else, but against Wemby, he seems to face from the moment. And sure, that's Wemby. Just look at him. But I think you gotta do more than just 4 points there. J Rod, the disrespect on SGA has got to stop. It's got to stop, Jay. The man just dropped 35 points. He was without J Dub. He was without AJ Mitchell. At the end of that game, you could see nobody else wanted to take a shot, and SGA is the only one there. It's him and Cason Wallace, for God's sakes, taking shots at the end of that game. The Spurs had 8 guys in double figures in that game. This was a team performance by them. Credit to Wemby, fine, he played okay. SGA outplayed him in this game, but the Thunder didn't have anybody else to go along with SGA. I do think, yeah, J-Rod, eventually Wemby will become the best player in the world. He's not there yet. SGA is a 2-time MVP. He just won the championship last year. If Wemby can win the championship this year, maybe that gets him there. We'll discuss that if and when that comes. But, yeah, I think the Thunder have a lot of questions going forward, though, on a couple other guys.
So right now you still have SGA as the best player in the league,
Yes, SGA is still the best player in the league.
no matter what happens. And the only way that could change is if Wemby wins the finals.
Wemby has to win the championship, yes.
What if Brunson wins?
No, I still wouldn't have. If Brunson is Brunson the best player in the league? Is that what you're asking me? No, I wouldn't have him as the best player in the league, no. And if the Knicks win, then Wemby's definitely not the best player in the league.
So it's still SGA.
It's still SGA.
It's kind of weird to me, Raf. What if Wemby averages 25 in the series but loses? Like he's averaging 25, 10, and
Bro, this guy's a LeBron hater. He
It
would
depends.
never say that. He would never admit that.
I gotta see how it goes. I gotta see how the series goes.
Because
I
according to your
saw Shea
argument-
at the end of that series had nobody come along with him, and he struggled at certain parts in the series, and so did Wemby. They both struggled in certain parts of that series, but in Game 7, I saw SGA put the team on his back, and nobody wanted to go along with him. Wemby had a lot of
only
guys to go
argument-
along with him.
The only argument that I kind of agree with is that SGA did outplay him in the Game 7. I will give you that because Wemby was really not there for a Game 7, which kind of gives me more faith on the Knicks side because it kind of looks like he's running out of gas. But I mean, I think Wemby's impact on the court is more than numbers. Like it's.
I mean,
you
sure,
can
yeah,
see
he scared
his
Chet
impact
Holmgren
on the
away.
game.
Sure, yeah, that matters.
That was terrible, bro. That was terrible.
So let's move into the matchup, guys. The NBA Finals rematch of the 1999 Finals, guys. The Spurs favored in this series, minus 205. J-Rod, this is our chance. This is the Knicks' chance for glory. After all the years of pain, suffering, and misery, who will win this series?
This is tough because everybody's going back to the past and they're like, yeah, the Knicks beat them 2-1, and one of the times they beat them was in the NBA Cup. It was a big game feel and they came up on top. The problem is that both these teams aren't the same teams they were back then. They're different. Well, they both hit their stride heading towards the end of the season, and everybody's playing above their level. Um, you got Josh Hart, who's putting up 24 points, knocking down threes, no problem. You got OG playing out of his mind. You got Cat being a facilitator and averaging 10 assists in a series. Like it's these two teams aren't the same, so it's hard to go back on the past. Um, it's gonna be about matchups. It's gonna be how the Knicks react to this tougher defense in the Spurs, and it's gonna all rely on how we not wrangle in Wemby. I'm not worried about him offensively, honestly. I'm worried about him affecting us defensively. And if we don't hit our shots on the outside, it's going to cause us problems. And, we've been great these playoffs hitting the outside shot, but that comes and goes, as we know in the NBA. And if for whatever reason we go cold and we can't attack that paint, it's going to cause a lot of issues. But I'm not a Debbie Downer, Matt. This is a positive guy over here. And I think that no matter who you put on Jalen, he's going to get his. And I think the Knicks are better than people expect individually. And I think even our weakest link has, I think our weakest link can give us 20 if on a given night. So I'm going to have faith in the Knicks, and I'm going to stick with the Knicks in 6. And I think we get our first chip since 1978.
I'm gonna go Matt or
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
now well said by Jay. Obviously the fandom showed there that he's giving respect to the Spurs, but at the end of the day, he has to back his home team. Um, Listen, bro, I think, and I keep telling you guys this until proven wrong. I can't go against the Knicks as of right now. We're seeing something out of Wardley from there because the way they just reinvented their offense is just like, how can you look in the past, even in when they did beat the Spurs? How can you look at that team when you have this team now that it's just like completely different? Everything just feels like everything's just gelling well. And listen, I'm not gonna take away anything from the Spurs. The Spurs arguably just beat the best team in the world. But I just think that the Spurs lack of experience. And not saying the Knicks have any experience because they never been to this core hasn't been to the finals. Well, except OG and Mikal Bridges as well. But I just think that experience is going to be the determining factor here. Of course, I keep telling you guys that there's no way to stop Wemby. Especially the reason why you can kind of see that OKC slowed down Wemby is because they had like two twin towers in the Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. But at the end of the day, obviously Knicks do have Cat and Mitchell, but you just have to hope to contain Wemby more than stop him, and not necessarily let someone else beat you. But as long as Wemby isn't dropping 40 every game to you, I think you have a fair shot at it. I'm gonna just say my prediction right now. Since Jay said his, I'm gonna be honest. Until proven otherwise, I don't see a team beating this Knicks team right now. Matthew and Jay, I'm going Knicks in 5. They
Whoa,
lose,
Knicks in 5.
they lose one game,
I love it. I
and that
love
one
it.
game is because they probably missed some shots. But other than that, in 5.
So a couple of
Okay,
Knicks
man.
fans today at the job. Guy wearing a jersey, another guy wearing a hat, and I said, Knicks in what? And they both said Raf's answer right there. Knicks in 5.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
guys. I gotta go. I gotta go Knicks in six, though. I gotta go Knicks in six. I'm gonna give Wemby some more credit, Jay, since he's the best player in the world. I think you gotta give him at least a couple games. He's the best. Is he the best player in the series? He should be, right? If he's the best player in the world, you give me a couple games at least. Wemby,
He's
I
10
don't
times
know.
best. I love Jalen, but he's 10 times the
Yeah,
best player in the series.
he's the best player in the series, right? Look,
He was
I
best
think
player in the series last series. But what do I
yeah.
know? What do I
Look, I
know?
think like you said, Raf, the Knicks have Mitchell Robinson there. That's gonna play Wemby well. We'll see how his fingers doing. That he has surgery on.
I
I think
think
OG. I think OG Anunoby's gonna be a big defender on him as well. He
he's gonna
guarded
be the
him.
one defending. He's gonna be the one defending Wemby, not really Mitchell. Mitchell can do it in the
I
paint,
mean, yeah,
but
what's
it's
Mitchell doing
OG in the
on the?
perimeter.
Yeah, Mitchell do it when OG's out of the game, but I think that's the key to key X factor in the series. OG's defense on him. I think Josh Hart too, making threes. I don't think Wemby necessarily even guards Cat. Wemby may guard a Josh Hart to see if is he gonna actually shoot threes? Is he gonna make them? Because if not, Wemby could just stay in the paint because that's where they want him to be. They don't want him on the outside. So if Josh Hart isn't making those shots, Wemby's just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be in the paint, and that can
Yep.
obviously create problems for the Knicks, like you said, J. Rod. So I think those are two big X factors in this series. But with that being said, Jalen Brunson hasn't been stopped, Ref. He hasn't been stopped. Nobody's been able to stop him. Even last series, struggled in a couple games. It didn't matter because the team was playing so well. I don't think that'll be the case in this series. I think he will be able to get his for the most part. And yeah, I think Knicks in six, Ralph. I think Knicks will finally win a championship.
Is that last part you said too, Raph? I mean, Matt. It's like the Jalen Brunson hasn't played amazing throughout the playoffs, right? Like he's had down games, but the team has been so good that you kind of haven't noticed it. He's really hitting his stride these last couple of games. So I'm hoping that he's hitting his momentum at the right time. He gets to carry it over, and maybe even in this series, let's say the other Knicks don't live up to expectations like they did. If we have our superstar who's playing like a superstar, he should be able to carry us all the way. And that's a great point about Josh Hart, bro. Like, if because when you're right, when if Wemby's in the paint, if he we can't bring him out to the 3 point line, we're not scoring in the paint. We're not getting anything in the paint. He's gonna send everything back. So
Yeah.
let's hope Josh Hart got that high end.
So Jay, you're talking about superstars. Who do you think has the most to gain in this series out of these two superstars, Brunson or Wemby?
I'm going to say Brunson because I think people will. I think honestly, Wemby could have a terrible series where he can get swept and average 15 points, and people will be okay with it because he's still so young and he has a bright future. Like, I don't think it's necessarily important for him to win right now. I don't think Jalen Brunson might ever get back to this moment again. Like, as great as this Knicks team is, we were talking about earlier, Raf. It's now. Like it's now. Like pieces are gonna leave. They're they're gonna obviously get bigger contracts elsewhere. We're gonna have to rebuild. Giannis is not gonna come to the Knicks. He's going elsewhere, especially if you win the chip. So it's like really now or never. And if Jalen Brunson is able to complete it, win the championship, get that Finals MVP, he'll be solidified as a superstar, and we'll be in the playoffs. We'll have a couple runs here, maybe even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But there's definitely no guarantee about making the finals again, especially with Boston coming back, especially with the Pacers and Tyrese coming back. And the 76ers, they can't be as worse as they were last year. So, I think Brunson needs to do it right now. So I think he has the most to gain.
Um, that's a great question, Matt, because you can really think about it in both sides. But I know I'm wearing his jersey right now, but I think Matt, I'm gonna be honest, bro, and Jay, I think Wemby's the one the most to gain here, bro. I think that obviously we know he's the best defensive player in the planet. There's no one better than Wemby at defense, but if you were to win a championship and you know for a fact he would get the Finals MVP, and this is his first rodeo. We look at the greats. They struggled right away. Braun, Jordan. They struggled right away to establish that playoff success, but for Wemby to do it in his third, is it his third season? we're, we might, Matt, by the end of it, we might be seeing Wemby and Jordan and LeBron talks, bro. Well, and LeBron talks.
That I think that's the key, Rob, that you just said. Is Wemby, if he is able to win these finals, win this championship in his third year, he's what, 22 years old? Rob,
Bro,
this puts
you
him
know
in.
he's only like a few days older
Yeah,
than
he's born on.
you.
I think he was born on the or on the
Fifth,
15 or
fifth.
something, on the fifth. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think this puts him in a conversation now, Jay, where it would be like, that's the future GOAT. That's
Yeah,
in
that's
15
a good point,
years,
I
that's the
guess.
go to the league. I think for Brunson, most to gain as far as in the city of New York, it'd be
Yeah.
like you're an all time New York legend. You're the Nick icon. You're the New York legend right now. I think that's his legacy will be cemented there. But as far as NBA and globally, I think Wemby there
That's a good
surpasses
point.
Brunson in that.
Yeah, because I feel
So,
like if
so
you, uh-huh.
no, go, bro. But you go.
Nah, it's just a great point because you really think about it. Even if Brunson does win this championship, do we? I'm not. I love Brunson, but am I putting him in top five talks? Yeah, I can't do that. No, I can't. I can't.
And I guess that's kind of what I guess what I'm kind of saying, right? Like he, even if he wins the championship, he still won't be in that top five. So he kind of needs this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because imagine if he loses it, he's gonna drop all the way back down. Like he'll probably a top 10 player maybe. So if he has the chip, at least he has the hardware to back him up a little bit. But I can see what you're saying. If you're talking GOAT talk, then yeah, Wemby winning this will go a long way on that. Because
So with
he'll be
that,
the
like,
youngest out of all of them, right?
so who do you think will have the most to lose then if they lose in these finals? Would be Brunson, or
Yeah,
it could be a
yeah,
different player
I
that's
think
not
so.
any of the two of them. Could be a different player.
Most to lose?
I think that
Can we just
me
say New
personally,
York as a
it's also Wemby. It's also Wemby, bro. Because look at what Matt literally, Jay. Matt literally disrespected Wemby, saying, "Oh, if he loses, all of a sudden, yeah, we know for a fact he's worse than SGA." And that's not even true. That's not even true because he just beat your guy, man. He just beat your guy. But most to lose is also Wemby because the point I brought up, Jay, that I just said, was that series against OKC, was that his championship? Was that his NBA Finals? If he loses this, maybe my point
yeah.
stands right.
I guess. I mean, like, I guess New York is kind of like happy we got to the championship games, so maybe like there's a sense of like relief off of Jalen Brunson that he got us there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It'll be a big disappointment if we lost this championship, man. And again, Wemby's young still. Like, if Wemby losing, like, I honestly think Wemby can have a terrible series, and people be like, all right, no, he'll bounce back. Like, he's still young.
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna
Luca
see him
lost in the
again.
finals. LeBron lost. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know if we see Jalen Brunson in the finals again, bro. Like, I hope we do. I hope this is not a one time thing, but let's be real. Like, let's be real. Like, this is a highway we're driving on, and it's coming to an end. And we just hope that there's a championship at the end of it, Matt. I know
Let's
you
see
saw
what
those
happens
trains,
here.
man.
I
Orange
did,
and blue
yes,
trains,
orange
man.
and blue. Yep. All right, guys. So we
Beautiful
all
thing out here.
have the Knicks. J. Rod, you have what, Knicks in six, or you said Knicks in five too?
Yeah, I think it's 6. Yeah, we're closing
Knicks in
out in the
six.
Garden, and then the city's shutting down. Gotham City, here we come.
All right, guys. Game one is tomorrow night. We'll see what happens in this series. Guys, we got to talk some NFL. I was trying to look for my Rams jersey, couldn't find it. How about those LA Rams, Raf? The Rams acquiring two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Miles Garrett, who just came off of breaking the sack record, J Rod. The Browns in return, they get Jared Verse, a 2027 first rounder, 28 second rounder, and 29 third rounder. And now, Jay, there's rumors floating around of Aaron Donald, the 35-year-old, four-time Defensive Player of the Year, maybe coming out of retirement to be right next to Miles Garrett up front. Raf, with the Rams a couple plays away from beating the Super Bowl last year, are they now the team to beat in the NFL?
Yeah, 100%. You know, obviously I don't like the Rams at all, especially after this. But listen, for as much as you want to hate on the Rams the way I do, you gotta give them respect. F them picks, man. You gotta F them picks, F them kids. You gotta do it like this, bro. Especially if all these picks are you're getting is from the 20s, like F them picks. The window is now. The same way we were just talking about the Knicks, the window is now. And listen, man, like of course you want to think about your future, and future is always gonna be king. But listen, if you have your your guy, he's an MVP. He has no excuses now. He has no excuses now. He has no
Hmm.
excuses now. Okay, I have something good for you later on in the winter. I got something
Interesting.
very nice for you in this winter. But no, Matt, it's just like it's clear cut. You got arguably two top five players now. Best defensive player, best player in the league, honestly, with the MVP as well. Receiving core is still great. Defensively, you got a new safety and a Trent McDuffie too, cornerback. There's no excuses, Matt. So you guys lose. I don't want to hear nothing about no timeouts, no miscoaching. I
No,
want to
no,
hear
you. Oh, you
no,
will.
no.
Oh, you
Oh
will.
no, you won't. No, 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 no. But yeah, Matt, your second team Rams are for sure the clear cut favorites for sure.
Yeah, clear cut favorites. This is great for the Rams. Great for Miles Garrett. I mean, he got the bag, and now he's with the team that is possibly going to win a Super Bowl. Like he lucked out, and you know what? It's also good for the Browns. Browns ain't going nowhere. There's no reason for him to sit on that big ass contract for no reason. Move that contract, get some pieces, start rebuilding. You guys aren't going nowhere. Like you guys should have even offered him that contract. Like I know y'all wanted him to break the sack record with you guys. He did it. Move on. It works out for both teams. And Raph is right, Matt. No excuses. I mean, they were already the favorite, and now adding this, they went minus 200 more. They went from plus 600 to plus 400 to win the Super Bowl. That's like, bro, like there's no. And now Aaron Donald's talking about coming back. You have Aaron Donald and Miles Garrett. You just pack up the season. Matt Stafford could get hurt, and you guys, the Rams, just to win the Super Bowl
Yeah,
with the
you
backup
see,
quarterback.
you see,
You
you see what we're doing now,
know what I'm
Jay. You
saying?
see, you see what we're
But
doing now with this.
yeah, great move, and it's exciting, bro. It's gonna be good to see Miles Garrett play some meaningful football, and tear up in the yellow and blue.
He broke the sack record, guys, while being from behind every game. Imagine him now with the lead. It's over. It's over. We might go for 30 sacks, Jay. I don't know. Uh, this is an incredible trade for the Rams for my guy Matt Stafford. This is absolutely pushing all the chips in the middle of the table and going all in once again, like they did 5 years ago. This is what that is. Ralph Stafford is 38 years old. They drafted maybe his replacement in the first round this year, and now I kind of see why they did that. Because maybe this trade was in the works, and they were like, you know what? He's not. We're not gonna have a first round pick down the line to draft a quarterback. Let's take him now in the middle of the first round. So I guess I could understand why they made that move now. But this is an incredible trade. And Rav talk about no excuses. I mean, the reason they lost these last couple playoff games, I think, was because of Sean McVay and his coaching timeout strategies late in that game. But this is an incredible move, Rav. Incredible move for the Rams. They should be the favorites, and if Aaron Donald comes back, it's over. It is over.
It,
I
it,
don't care
it's,
how old he is. He's
Nah,
35.
he
It is
shouldn't come
over.
back. He shouldn't. He got his time. He shouldn't come back.
My question is, Raph, why wouldn't he? What's holding him back? We play football because we play football for no money. We go outside and play flag football for no money because we just like to have fun.
No, I know,
This
I
man
know.
is football and get paid top dollar. You know what I
Rav, if
mean?
your
Like,
GOAT could unretire, why can't Aaron Donald come out and
No,
retire?
I'm not saying he can. I'm just saying like, the amount of time he's been out now, it's just like we all know that sports, especially football, is like one of the most mentally draining sports. And obviously getting back to tip top shape for that is just insane. But I think it's more like a mental aspect, not like a let's go win another ring. Like not that type of. It's just like more mentally that he shouldn't come back. But if he
could you imagine
does,
Miles Garrett and Aaron Donald in the weight room, bro? That the weights have no chance. No chance.
yes. But
But
Matt,
Ravi,
regardless, even without Aaron Donald, it's no excuses as well. No excuses,
sure,
bro.
that's
No,
fine.
agreed.
And how about for your Browns? They're rebuilding a little bit, Rav. Let's give Shador a shot there now. Jared Verse, a good young defensive player, was defensive rookie of the year 2 years ago. You want to see
Right.
the Shador start?
Matt, I heard some rumblings. I heard some rumblings about a former massage patient making his
Yeah, still gotta.
comeback.
Yeah, he's got to. Of course, he's got to start,
No,
Jay. Of course.
No excuses,
I mean, you
Matty.
got the most
I don't want to hear
expensive.
nothing about. I don't want to hear nothing about McVay. No
Okay.
excuses, bro.
Okay. All right, guys, and we'll
So
talk
Matt, real quick
about.
before we move on,
Yeah,
real quick before we move on, what do you think is the weakest part of the Rams team if you had to pick?
there is none. There is none. Last year was the defense.
Those special
They had no.
teams?
They. I get. Yeah, you could say special teams. That's kind of always. They had to change kickers mid-season. They went to the thicker kicker. What was his name? Mevis. I forgot his first name. But he ended up being good in the
I don't know him
playoffs.
by the thick.
Yep. If that could, be a problem, we'll see how he is in the when the season starts. That's it. They completely address the defense. They got two corners. They stole both corners from the Chiefs. I mean, and now look what they've done up front. There's no holes in that team. No excuses, Ralph.
They
No
got great
excuses.
receivers, great running game. O line is legit. Yeah, no rap, no excuses. I don't want no excuses.
No, but I just know, Matt. He's always gonna say the only
I better not
weakness.
see I better not see McVay do
See,
some.
that's the
I better
that's
not.
the
I
weakness.
better
That's
not
the
see.
weakness.
We'll see, guys.
I got 20 cash right now. We beat you in our regular season game.
Who?
Right now. The
The
Giants
Giants?
beat the Rams in the regular season game.
And they
I
play
got 20
where?
cash right now.
At MetLife?
They play at Stafford.
At
So
Stafford?
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so fun.
I will take that bet right now. I will take that bet right
Cool.
now.
I saw him coming, Raph. I saw him coming a mile away.
Yep, I will take that to my bank every day. Uh,
I got him
guys, we got to talk
coming a
about
mile
the
away.
other team who made the Super Bowl last year, the Patriots, guys. The New England Patriots acquiring wide receiver AJ Brown from the Eagles for a 2028 first rounder, 2027 third rounder. J Rod, does this move get the Patriots back to the Super Bowl and over the top?
No, I'm gonna say no. I think the Patriots have a better chance of missing the playoffs than actually getting back to the Super Bowl. They, I think people haven't forgotten that they've played the weakest schedule last year and caught some favorable breaks on the way into their playoffs. Let alone um, the Broncos losing Bo Nix, but the Texans quarterback completely disappearing during that playoff game as well, and CJ Stroud. So I think it's a good addition. I think if you're going to push for the Super Bowl again, this is the move you make. You need a number one receiver. Drake May's got a great arm. He's got a great deep threat for AJ Brown. He's going to be the number one target. He's going to get more passes his way. It's not going to be a running offense um, like it was for the Eagles. So I think both sides are happy. You know, Philly moving on from AJ Brown, I think they might miss him. I think he was 1,000 yard receiver like last year. Like, even though he wasn't the AJ Brown of the first couple years in Philly, he still put up 1,000 yards, and I think that his threat in the secondary is going to be missing Philadelphia, and now we're going to see. We're going to see if Jalen Hurts is that guy. We're going to see if he's, is able to carry his team with one of his big weapons missing. So, great move for the Patriots to get the wide receiver. I just don't think it's gonna help them get back to the Super Bowl. I think even if they make the playoffs, they might get bounced in the first round.
Uh, I kind of somewhat agree with you, J-Rod. I don't see the Patriots having the same year that they had last year. Obviously, I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl, but I do think, they could be a wild card, maybe win a playoff game. I think this is a good move for the next couple of years at least, right? I think Drake May needed that wide receiver one, bona fide wide receiver there. I think this does that for them. They'll be competitive at least. They do play a very difficult schedule this year in comparison to last year, of course. But I think it's a good move for them. For the Eagles, Jay, I think they take a step back significantly. I could see them not making the playoffs at all. I think they got to figure some things out there, even with Sirianni there. And, I just think his coaching's been questionable. But at least they get A.J. Brown out now. They've been, having problems with him and Hurts and the whole offensive scheme there. So we'll see now how they can figure that out. And, but yeah, I think it's a fine move for the Patriots.
Oh yeah, guys. Obviously I don't have them. I know I was joking around in the chat saying they're gonna come back to the Super Bowl, but obviously I think that there's just other pieces missing, especially on the defensive aspect. But listen, I think we're gonna get the best version of AJ Brown in a while. I think that he's been fiending for a while to be a Patriot. He's always wanted to be drafted there, and
Randy Moss.
obviously, hey, we'll see, we'll see. I also think we're gonna get the best version of Drake May. Um, Obviously, a lot of things did go the Patriots' way, especially during that playoff run. That you can make the argument, definitely argument that there's certain things that didn't happen. They're not in the Super Bowl, but I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm talking about the future now, and yeah, I think we're gonna get a newly motivated AJ Brown. Hopefully, he's not a diva anymore. I really hope that Drake May could take the next step and be back in MVP talks. But in terms of going back to the Super Bowl, I just don't see it just yet. But we'll wait and see. But I definitely do still have them taking the East, AFC East, and I still have them better than the Bills. And I think that if they were to face the Bills right now, they will beat them. So
Mm.
yeah, I'll go
Interesting.
with them. And I think they're what I still think they're a top three, top four team in the AFC. So
Yeah,
we'll,
I
we'll
don't
see.
think they're. I don't think they're worse. I just don't think they're gonna. I think everybody's gonna get better. Like I think Kansas City's gonna get better. I think the Ravens are gonna get better. So somebody's gonna come to the
Rap,
playoffs.
does this have to do with Drake May at all? Like, is Drake May, we don't consider him yet, at least, to be where Allen and Lamar and Mahomes are. So even though he was second MVP last year, is that kind of why we're a little bit more skeptical on the Patriots?
A bit, yeah, because obviously we can't deny that that Super Bowl performance was very much like, okay, this kid is just not ready for the moment just yet, and obviously, he had like a play or two during that game that you could see some glimpses of it, but it's just like, um, we don't know where is he gonna go from now. Obviously we can get the same Drake May of last year, and it obviously wouldn't be good enough. But if he were to take the next step with a clear number one, because this is a clear upgrade from Stephon Diggs being your number one to AJ Brown being your number one, who still has gas in the tank, man. Let's be honest. I traded for him in fantasy, and I would tell with Jalen Hurts, yo, pass him the ball, bro. Just pass him the ball. And I just think that this is a well marriage. I would just say that because a young quarterback, always needs that number one wide receiver. Um, Obviously, we were mad when Joe Burrow didn't have Jamar Chase to when he did have him. It's a clear upgrade, and not saying that Stephon Diggs was anything bad because he was a solid receiver. I think he was pretty good. But when you have a motivated, less dramatic AJ Brown that we saw when he first got traded to the Eagles, I think you have a fair chance. Especially now that you have the experience of a Super Bowl. Now you know that your leader, who's supposed to be Drake May, he can know where to reflect on and where to get better on that he didn't do last season, especially that game that should like scar him from like ever being thinking that he's nice again. But not saying he's not nice, but definitely it's on Drake May. Drake May never. It's going to be on him. You're only as good as your quarterback. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a good marriage back with Mike Vrabel too. Like he's happy. You can tell he's happy. He wants to be back with the Patriots. He wants to be the Patriots. So
Speaking of happiness, J Rod, are you happy with this move? Odell Beckham Jr. is back with the New York Giants. Odell signed a 1 year veteran minimum deal with the Giants. J Rod, you were there, former offensive rookie of the year. Spent 5 years with the Giants before being traded to the Browns. Easily his best years were with the Giants. Odell now 33 years old. Did not play last year. Jay, what do you expect out of OBJ with the Giants?
so let me take you guys back, okay? It was I'm watching a Giants game. It was I want to say it was week 3 or 4. And I'm sitting there with Nathaniel, we're watching the game. And Eli Manning passes to this kid with a blonde hair on top of his head. And he just catches the ball. And I remember it was his first game there because he was hurt, because of course he was before he started his rookie year. And I'm like, good for you, kid. Welcome to the New York Giants. Glad you got your first touchdown. And ever since that play, I fell in love with a receiver who played for New York more than I've ever had for a player. And he was the only interesting thing about the New York Giants for 2 years when he was there. Him and Eli Manning just stealing the show every single night. Every single Sunday, every Sunday night, OBJ was having a play for the ages. And then we give him his max contract. And I'm thinking, okay, we have OBJ for the next 5 years. And what do these New York Giants do? They trade him away to Cleveland because he was just too much for the locker room. Kicking nets, slamming helmets onto the ground, proposing to the same net that he kicked earlier. It was just not a great look for him in the New York Giants. And it was a sour taste in everybody's mouth. And he didn't do well in Cleveland. And I'm happy that he was able to redeem himself with Matt Stafford and the Rams and winning Super Bowl. And I'm so happy that he's coming back. And I don't care if OBJ catches 100 passes for 1,000 yards or one pass for 5 yards. Having him back in the Giants blue is going to bring so much good morale into that locker room. And I think that when he catches his first pass at MetLife, that stadium is going to go nuts. And this is how Super Bowl stories are made. Like, this is how you start. Signing a player who you had back in the day and putting him back on the team for morale. This is how Super Bowl stories start. Okay? So, I'm not saying the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying watch out. That's what I'm going to say. So, OBJ, welcome back to the Giants. Welcome back to the locker room. Glad to have you back. You can have your number back. I don't care who has number 13. I don't give a shit. You want number 3? You can have number 3. Russell Wilson is a CBS guy now, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. So you can have number 3. Welcome back, OBJ. Glad to have you back.
Rafa, I'll go quickly here, as I see you're eager to go.
No,
Jay,
I'm just laughing.
Jay, you said it. You said it perfectly. You said 100 catches for whatever yards, or one catch for 5 yards. That's it right there. One catch for 5 yards, because that's all that Odell Beckham Jr. is worth at this point, Jay.
What the
Jay
hell is
Rod,
wrong?
Odell Beckham Jr. is long removed from any glory days.
How could you?
From any glory days, Jay. I'm looking at his stats here. In 2024, he played 9 games, didn't start a single one, caught
That's not his fault.
9 passes for 55 yards, and then was suspended last year for PED usage and
Yes.
didn't play a single game last year.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the year before with Baltimore. Played in 14 games, 35 catches, 500 yards. Okay, that's solid. J. Rod will take that. But Jay, that was 3 years ago. Odell is on the wrong side of 30 at this point. I really don't see anything that OBJ can provide. Maybe there's a game there, just a couple of catches, maybe a touchdown, and that's it. That's it. That's all I could possibly see for Odell at this point. And a great fan stuff and great media stuff, and yeah, the Giants are back, and look at all these guys you're signing, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, I can go do some TikToks with Odell. That's great, but I don't see much of this, Jay. I don't see
Are
much
you
production coming out of OBJ.
all right? Hear me out. I would say that you're possibly right about that because OBJ is probably fourth option. Hell, there's a possibility he might not make the roster because like they just signed him. You know what I mean? Like, there's a possibility he might not even make the roster. Like I could see that happening, like him not passing a physical or him just not looking great. But if he's gonna be a fourth string receiver, why not have OBJ there? Like who else would you rather have? Like you have Malik Neighbors, he's your number one. Okay, I think Juju is okay number two. I would prefer somebody else. I think Juju's more of a three, but okay, fine. We're gonna play him at number two. I think he could take some of the distraction from Malik Neighbors. Like I think OBJ, he'll again, he's gonna have a couple of moments and look at his QB. You don't think Jackson Dart is gonna try to get him the ball a couple times, bro? You don't
Sure,
think he's gonna try to
sure. Yep.
recreate that Eli Manning throw? I promise you, game one, he's gonna run the go route, call the audible, and throw that shit 100 yards down the field just to recreate that moment. So, listen, I'm not naive, okay? I know the Odell stop stutter, take the slant for 83 yards is not he's not there no more. I know he's long gone, okay? But I'm not. Super Bowl stories are made like this. Okay, when you rectify a wrong from the past, karma comes back, and it's coming up all New York.
Well, there you have it, Matt. Mets just signed Pete Alonso again and Jacob DeGrom, man. We're going to be World Series bound. That's what
There
I'm
it
hearing,
is.
basically.
There it
That's what I'm
is.
hearing. But what I'm looking forward to this, Matt, is I just can't wait for the TikToks of Juju and Odell doing the Corvette. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be peak to watch, especially during this New York media.
Not here, man.
But I will say, Jay, that the only thing that I will be looking forward to is Odell going and possibly being a mentor for Leak. He also is a LSU connection right there. I do like that as a possible storyline to keep up with this season. But listen, it's a good morale thing. Obviously, he's a New York legend. Everybody always loved Odell, especially during his prime. But you know what? All jokes aside, I can see this being a possible a good story to keep up with this year for sure.
You don't think like Malik Neighbors is hyped to have OBJ in the locker room? Like you don't
I'm
think
sure.
Sadabu is hyped to have OBJ in the locker room? You don't think Abdul Carter? You don't think Brian Burns and all these guys are happy to have OBJ in the locker room? Like he's gonna bring such a
Yeah.
boost there, and there's gonna be such a chemistry and Giants win the division. That's all I gotta say
Oh
because
God.
it's because you said it. You said the Eagles taking a step back. Okay, the Cowboys. You don't like the Cowboys ever. You don't believe in the Cowboys ever. So you're not picking them, and you put in faith in the Commanders.
Maybe. Maybe.
No, no, you're not. You're not.
Maybe.
So I think you're picking the Giants to win the division if you actually think about it. So come back to me when the training camp starts and the preseason starts, and then we can talk.
Okay. We'll see what OBJ has left in the tank, guys. Lastly on the NFL, guys, Russell Wilson is finalizing a deal to sign with CBS Sports. guys. Becoming an analyst now with CBS Sports. Russell Wilson, top 15, top 10 in a lot of quarterback stats all time, guys. Jay, he played for your Giants last year. Had one vintage Russ game. Rumors were floating around the offseason. Maybe he was going to be the backup for the Jets. He's decided to take this role with CBS. Jay, is this it for Russell Wilson's career?
Yeah, Russ, if you get rejected by the Jets, I think it's time to pack it up, homie. Like, if the Jets are saying they don't want you as the backup, I think that speaks volumes. Listen, Russ, listen. Russell Wilson was a second round pick, right? Am I mistaken? He was picked below second round in the draft, really like below like fifth round in the draft or something like that. Like he was picked very low in the draft, and he was not supposed to be where he was. And he made an incredible career for himself. Incredible. Went to two Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl, was never an MVP, but was always in the discussions, was always in the top five, top seven quarterbacks for the majority of his years, had great moments. So I think it's time for him to just pack it up. Guys like he's not like a Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco for some reason he can put games together still. He's not. He doesn't have to be a Carson Wentz, so he has to make up the money. He has the money. He has the pedigree. He's just gonna keep hurting his legacy the longer he plays. So take the CBS job, call it a career. You still have an argument to be a Hall of Famer in some people's eyes. Maybe you get in, maybe you don't. But I promise you, the more you play, the harder you're gonna make it on the voters to vote you in. So, congratulations on a great career, Russ. You had some moments, but now it's time to be behind the desk, brother.
Definitely, definitely. I don't have much to say. Obviously, Dylan Matt, he's gonna say that that's his Hall of Famer, that's his GOAT. All respect to Russ. He had a great career. Obviously, he did it not the way you want to end a career like that, but at the end of the day, it's just the life of being a quarterback. Sometimes, listen, even Brady finished bad. So, um, yeah, that's just how. Yeah, I think you should call it from here.
Yeah, look, I think the question when I found this out is kind of like, well, is Russ a Hall of Famer, guys? That got me thinking. Does he ever get in? I think he does. Not first ballot, of course. It may take a while, but I think he eventually does. And I think, like you said, Jay, I think that like you compared him to Joe Flacco. He's not Joe Flacco. Flacco keep putting games together. He doesn't have to make up the money. I think the more you play at this point for Russ, the kind of the worse it is. If you play for a bunch of different teams towards the end, it just doesn't look good. Just end it right now. You're fine. You're married to lovely Sierra. You got your kids. I think everything is fine for Russ. Great career. This is it for us.
I think Russ is gonna be a very interesting conversation for the Hall of Fame because doesn't really have the accolades. Really, he went to two Super Bowls and has a Super Bowl ring, but that's really much it. Like never MVP, never, you know, in the Super Bowl multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be interesting because like what's the argument between him and Joe Flacco?
Well, I think Russ was better for a longer period of time than Flacco. I
First
mean, Flacco had the magical, run, and he was
runs.
great at
Yeah.
one, once or twice for a regular season. But Russ, Russ was like what 9-time Pro Bowler. I know Ralph jokes at the Pro Bowl. What's the Pro Bowl? But it does count for something. You know, I think Russ was, for at least a 7, 8 years there. It was like, okay, Russ is top seven ish quarterback in the league, top five, top
Yeah.
seven.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a
I
case
wouldn't be
there.
mad if he got in. I think it's gonna be tougher to get in. I'll tell you one thing: if he gets in, Eli Manning's definitely in. Just saying.
Oh God.
Just saying. Go ahead, move on, move along. Think about this bullshit, Raph.
Let's move on, guys, to the WWE. Whoa, anybody hear that? I don't. Uh, well, I think there's something on the horizon over there. Wait, is that? Oh, that's Brock Lesnar conquering one Oba Femi, guys. This past Sunday in Clash in Italy. I think the best match of the show, guys. I'm not sure what's left here. Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. had the crowd in it from the moment Brock's entrance hit. Insane energy all around. Brock Lesnar wins this match. 1+1, you're done, bitch. Raf, was this the right move for Brock Lesnar to even up this series with Obafemi?
You know what, Jay? When we first watched it, I was very much skeptical of like what you're gonna do with Oba and how you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And rewatching the match, I'm good with it. If the route is that you have them winning 1-1, and then you have Oba eventually winning, I'm fine with this. Because at first watch, I'm like, yo, they just literally buried him. But then I'm thinking like, no, you didn't. It took old ass Brock Lesnar 7 F5s to even pin him. 7? Your old ass guy needs 7, man. I thought F5 is supposed to be a one and done. I thought you get hit with an F5 and you're done. Maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4. 7 F5s to kill my guy. That's what it gets. Listen, all it took for us, Jay, for us, Oba stands, all it took for us was what? 1 power bomb and we got his old ass out of here. That's fine. It's cute. He can get his little moment in Europe. It doesn't even count. That's overseas. That doesn't even count for real. And listen, it's gonna be so much better and so much more memorable when we beat his ass. We're not gonna beat him like we did in Mania. We're gonna beat his ass. Literal ass in his hometown. And Jay, we're gonna do it in such a manner that Matthew is gonna be so quiet, just like at Mania. And he's not gonna say one more word. That he's gonna be like, "Where's the drinks? I need a drink because I can't stay sober for this." That's how bad we're gonna beat him. So, Matt, at the end of the day, you can make all the jokes you want. You can have it. Have your fun. For now. For now.
Listen, Raf,
Summer just started.
Listen, right now I'm with you because this is the path we took. You know, this is what they decide. They want to go this route. They want to go 1-1 and do the rubber match at his hometown. And I think Oba's gonna go over. You know, crazier things have happened, but he's gonna go over. And I kind of saw a video about this earlier. I'm sick and tired of WWE doing the same things over and over again. Like, we knew this was gonna happen. Like, the minute the second match was announced, we're like, Brock is gonna win.
Wait, you said?
No, I said that I hoped they would do something different, but never. It's never different. It's always the same. Okay, you win one, I win one. And if they were gonna do it this way, honestly, I would have rather Brock win at Mania, because now it's looking like Oba's taking a step back, because you conquered the Beast, and then the Beast came back. Like, you didn't conquer him. You just knocked him off for a nap, and he came right back and he beat you. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of just took away from his aura a little bit, just for me. And I feel like Brock Lesnar's gonna cost him the King of the Ring tournament, and that's how they're gonna set up the match at SummerSlam, bro. Because he's not gonna lose in the tournament. Like, he's not gonna lose clean, obviously. So either he loses before he gets to the tournament, or Brock costs him at King of the Ring. But I don't know, Raph. Like, I want to get behind it. Like, I want to be with you. Like, I'm with you. Like, yes, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna beat his literal ass. But it's such a dick deflator. Like, it's like we got past it. We ripped the Band-Aid off. You know, Brock was good. He had his moment, and it's like, oh man, now he's just 7 F5s, and another one goes down to Brock.
Hold on, guys. Let me get my charger for this one.
Well, I feel like he's gonna come back with like a whole Brock Lesnar tattoo on his chest or something. Right. This guy over here. Even when you go back to Cody, right? Like Cody, when they had the three matches, Cody won the first one. He won the roll up, remember? And then they did the second match with Brock won. It's just like I don't know, man. They could have done it so many different ways.
You're right, Jay. They could have done it in so many different ways, but they did it in the best way possible. There was no better way for this to go down. And I don't give a shit what Raph says, what Obafemi does to Brock at SummerSlam or whenever they face each other again. If that's Brock's last match, it doesn't matter, Raph, because your guy just let a semi-retired beast come out of retirement and kick his ass. Kick his ass. Obafemi took a beating. A humble retired beast. The first match, Brock underestimated Oba. He said, I've seen it all. Paul Heyman said, I've seen all these guys come through and say that they can beat Brock. Nobody can. Nobody's gonna do it. So Brock underestimated Oba. And here we went into the second match. Both guys understand who each other are. And Brock came out of the gate swinging, Raph.
You mean cheap shot?
Swinging.
You mean cheap shot?
Swinging with four F5s. And you guys were over here crying on the, oh, what a burial. It was fine. It was fine for Oba. It wasn't that bad. It was not that bad. He got up from the F5 off the table and came back into the ring. He took four F5s, kicked out of that. He took another F5, kicked out of that. Seven F5s, ref. I think that makes Oba look pretty strong, even in defeat. Jay, if Oba would have gotten this win, where does he go next from here? Again, I ask you, where does he go next from here? You would have to give him the title at SummerSlam. From here. There's nothing else more that you can do that other than Roman Reigns at this point.
I think you could tie in the Brock Lesnar story to Oba and drag it out to SummerSlam. If you made it Brock get so upset that he kept losing to Oba that he just lost his mind and he calls Oba the match. Let's say Oba's gonna win the night, win the King of the Ring, and Brock Lesnar costs him. You remember the Shawn Michaels storyline with Undertaker?
So you expect me to believe that Obafemi was going to be Brock 3 times in a row?
Why not?
That's what you
Why
expected me to
not?
believe, J-Ro. Let's be realistic, bro. There is only one Brock Lesnar in wrestling. I don't give a crap about no story and the history of stories, bro. There is only one person that you can
on the
but
past
you, 3 times in a row? Three in a row?
Because, bro, you wouldn't believe it. It would be shocking.
You wouldn't believe it, and then Obafemi can't lose until ever again.
Okay, but okay, so he does SummerSlam and you build him up to Mania and he wins the title and he goes on a run. Remember, Brock Lesnar ain't no spring chicken, bro. Like Brock Lesnar ain't.
And even at 48, look what he just did. Look what he just did. Look what he just did.
What do you mean? What he just did? It took
like
all
saying,
of him.
It took all of him. Yes, you're right. It took all of him at 48 years old, Jay. But it still goes to show that Brock is still Brock. That's what it went to show.
It's like saying, "Oh, Roman Reigns beat the Undertaker." Did you see fucking Undertaker when Roman Reigns beat him? That wasn't no fucking.
Brock
Undertaker.
Lesnar's not the Undertaker. Brock Lesnar is one of one, alpha male of our species. The Undertaker looked like he. Don't even get me started with what the Undertaker looked like, bro.
All I'm saying is that like. Okay, so I give you an example. The whole Goldberg shit, right? So he lost to Goldberg, right? And then he got eliminated by Goldberg in the Rumble, and then Brock finally got his win at the end, right? Goldberg basically beat him twice, and then got his win at the end. Why can't they just let Oba be dominant? Like you want to build this dominant guy, you want to build the new Brock Lesnar. He's not gonna be there for another 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Make Oba the new Brock. So what if he beats Brock Lesnar 3 times in a row? Okay, make him a beast.
We go with make him the new Brock, Jay. There's only one Brock. That's the point of all of this. There's only one Brock ever. You have to showcase it while you can. Oba is this. That's still Brock Lesnar that Oba has to beat. So the fact that he couldn't get over this time around, yes, it'll make it great when he eventually does at SummerSlam. It still goes to show, wow, look, Brock. It took all of Brock and even Brock at this age Still, look what he did to me.
But
So that makes Brock still important. That's the point. Brock hasn't had a win like this in years. I mean, yeah, he beat Cena like that, but this
we
was like
see
it took all of Brock. Like with Cena, it was just here's some F5s, here's some suplexes. Cena didn't even move. He was just there. This
I just
literally took. This was a match. Like it took all of Brock to win this.
I, I don't know. I just don't. I think like remember you keep saying like oh, there's only one Brock Lesnar, but remember the way Brock Lesnar was booked in the beginning of his career is why Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. They made him dominant. They let him beat the Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like you need those big wins. And remember, he lost to the Rock and Rock left. Like Rock they didn't have a rematch. There was no rubber match. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to just let the win happen. And if you want to continue wrestling and you want to have matches, I think you have to continue to let him to win because it's just like you want to build that new, you want to build that new beast. He don't have to be the new Brock, but there's got to be a new
What
beast in
what
WWE.
gets me shocked, Raf, is that damn they let Obafemi get pinned clean in the middle of that ring, but Brock beat Cody with Cody passing out. Not even a real like, no, like are we
Or if Oba,
serious?
if
We,
Oba
we couldn't
passed,
pin we could have pinned Cody Rhodes. We had to do some cheap win like that, but with
Oh,
Oba we pin him clean.
I'm gonna get to Cody real soon. Don't you worry, man.
Oh yeah.
Don't you worry.
Right, if Oba would have passed out, I think we would have flipped our fucking.
Yo, when Brock went for the 4 F5s and he didn't get it, and Paul was like, Kimura, I was like, hold on, guys. I was
If he
thinking
would
about
have,
what I said. I'm like, oh my god.
if that big dude was asleep like this, or what, yo, bro, I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my shit, bro. I just
This was a
think
this was a
the
great match.
I think it could be. Why couldn't it be like a no contest? Why couldn't they just kill each other? You know what I mean? Or do something like that. Like, why did it have to be?
Jay, it's fine, bro. Brock Oba will get his win over. Maybe it's a last man standing. Like Raf said, Oba kills him. Whatever. Congrats. And Raf can have that. Raf can have that because I just
I
know
will
that
have it. I
my
will have it.
48-year-old
So,
retired beast
so
beat
Brock is
your
putting
guy
up.
clean in the middle of that ring.
So Brock is
I don't.
putting up his career, right? Like that's a fact. Like he's probably putting up his career.
Sure, sure. And he'll lose. He could get destroyed. It doesn't matter.
Can't wait.
3 months before, he lost clean. That's all that. Forever, Raf has to live with that. He lost clean. Clean in the middle of that ring. Clean.
I can't,
Great
bro.
decision by Mr. McMahon backstage.
Oh my god.
Let's move.
He like I see this is what I'm talking about. Like at first it was like, oh Oba beat Brock. Like, oh my god, he beat Brock. Now it's like, oh yeah, nah, you lost to Brock Lesnar. You're kinda
He
like
took all of Brock, though. Bro, Brock's face was
you keep
changing
you
colors.
keep
I've never seen Brock's face turn all these
you
colors,
keep
bro.
saying that. Brock looked pretty okie dokie with me when he left the ring when he was talking about one and one something bitch. Like he looked pretty okie dokie to me, bro. The only time I've ever seen Brock winded was the time he fought The Undertaker. Remember that SummerSlam match where he fought The Undertaker? That shit was fire. He looked that was all of Brock Lesnar, okay? That was a great match.
All right, guys, we'll see what they do for part 3. Let's go with
I need a shooting star press from Brock Lesnar in his hometown. I need it.
mind you, we did this, Raf, without even taking a trip to Suplex City. Just a reminder.
Listen, your guy was so insecure that he had to come from the back. That's what I'm gonna say. He had a
Hey,
cheap
yo!
shot.
That's it.
He had to do a cheap shot, man. That's how
for
insecure your guy is.
Facts.
Let's start with what started that night, guys. Cody Rhodes and Gunther for the WWE Championship. Good little match there. Ends though with Cody Rhodes and a controversial win as Gunther had his foot on the rope there. Gunther arguing with the ref because the ref did not see it, and Cody wins like that. Raf, did you like this decision here?
Listen, I just think that booking is just getting lazier and lazier, man. This is just like I get it. Now Gunther's gonna be mad that I didn't really lose to you. The referee just saved you. All this nonsense, but oh my god, just the booking, it's just getting bad. We wanted a real match between two great wrestlers, and we got that, Matt. and I don't care what Jay says. Maybe he's gonna defend Cody. Maybe he doesn't defend him. But this is just lazy. I wanted an all timer. Maybe he didn't have the. I always say this, Matt. But listen, Cody doesn't have the pull that Roman Reigns has. He only had 10 minutes. Oh, you only had 10 minutes to fight. That's just not my problem.
Fucking minute matches.
That's
No
just not my
way.
problem.
No way.
But listen, Matt, it's just lazy, very lazy booking.
Yep.
Like, they just could have done so much better. I would have been fine even if Cody did win, but just the way that's just not. It just can't happen, bro.
Yep.
I just can't happen.
Well, I agree with you. Lazy booking. Okay. I think the match was good. I just think the ending was trash. Um, yeah, 10 minutes for a match is perfectly fine, especially when your entrance doesn't take 5 minutes or it's bloodline rules, whatever the fuck, and they have to
Undisputed champion.
Hold the Ula Fala like it's more important than the fucking WWE champion. What are we doing, bro? You know who runs TKO? The Samoan family runs TKO. That's who runs TKO. We're holding the fucking Ula Fala up like it's
Wait,
the
Raf, how
goddamn-
many woes did we get in that entrance? Did we get 2 or 3, or maybe it was 4 or 5? I couldn't keep. I lost
It's
track.
not my
There's so many
fault.
woes.
That's Italy's fault. That's not my fault. That's
Oh,
Italy
okay.
woeing. I'm not fucking doing. He's not doing that shit. That's fucking Italy. Okay. But I do agree. The booking is fucking stale. It's the same shit over and over again. I don't understand why Gunther couldn't win the title. There's no rhyme or reason for it. Okay. Gunther and Cody, you can see, are the same level. Him winning the title would have meant nothing. He could have beat Cody clean. It could have started this arc for Cody going downhill, maybe slipping a little bit, finally getting that heel run that we've all been asking for. But do something fucking different. Have Cody kick him in the fucking nuts for disqualification. Have him do something different. Like, I get it, the foot under the rope, okay, whatever, clever, but it's like you guys are so fucking scared to pull the trigger on a change. Like, nobody would have been upset if Cody would have lost the title. Like, it would have been fine, And then later on the night, you don't change the title anywhere on the other side of it. It's kind of like the same thing. So, I don't know, man. It's just been, like Raph said, the booking has just been terrible, and it's a shame that the most interesting thing in this weekend was a fucking mass versus mass match in a different promotion, and not you having a literal pay-per-view in Italy. So I think the match was fine, but yeah, the booking is just terrible.
It's not even so much that Cody won. It's that, but also like if Gunther was gonna lose, like just the inability for people to lose clean anymore. There always has to be a reason why they lose. Foot was on the rope. This guy interfered. That guy interfered. This happened. The ref was blind. Whatever. Nobody loses clean anymore either. That's why I was shocked that Oba even lost his match clean, because they just don't do that anymore. Like either one of these guys could have lost the match clean, and it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have affected either of them. That was really my problem with the match. And yeah, they'll probably get a rematch of this, and we'll see what happens there. But it was just whack. It was whack.
Yeah.
And in the main event, guys, it was Tribal Combat. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. We knew what was at stake, guys. Fatu would have to acknowledge the Tribal Chief, and he ultimately did. He lost the match, and on Monday Night Raw, got down on one knee and said, "Roman, I acknowledge you." At the end of that match, though, on Sunday, we got Solo Sikoa and the MFTs staring down Jacob and the Usos, like as if this is gonna be another thing with the bloodline here that's gonna go all summer long. Raph, what did you think of this?
Again, lazy booking. Obviously, Roman's my guy. Everyone knows that, and I understand, Matt. We always say it. It works. It's just been working. It works. This is always working, right? But it's just like there's just nothing new, nothing to really have the fans to look forward to. I always would like when championship would be 50-50 or like even 52-48. Just a possibility of there being a title change. That's just always keeps the fans, entertained and watching. And obviously never know when the match is going to end. But I really want to know what direction they're going to take with this. You know, obviously he's in the bloodline now, and obviously the bloodline. Listen, Matt, take what I'm going to say with a grain of salt, Matt.
Go ahead, say it, Raph. Go ahead.
No, I don't think Jay. This is what you're expecting me to say. But Matt, with the MFTs there, Matt, does this mean that someone's coming, Matt?
That's what I'm talking about. No, you nailed it, Raph. That's what I was
Matt,
saying. You nailed it, bro.
Matt, Jay, does this mean that someone is coming
Yo,
for Saudi?
listen,
I
Raph.
don't know, man.
When you saw the MFTs there, you could smell something was getting cooked in the air. You could smell it. 'Cause
Like I said, Jay, with a grain of salt, please. Please, bro.
because okay, the match. I agree with you, Raph. Terrible booking. No, this match has no interference as well. There was no interference. This was no Usos, no other Bloodline member. It was just Roman Reigns coming in and winning basically clean against Jacob. And again, like, this goes back to building new stars. Like, if you weren't gonna have Jacob win, then don't put him in that program. It's the same thing they did with Solo. Solo was this dominant Samoan guy coming from NXT, and his momentum got slowed down. Why? Because he had to lose. Same thing with Jacob. He was this beast. Jacob had a momentum on his side, and now it's at a halt. Now he's gonna be Roman's lapdog now, and like he's falling off. Now he's fell down a couple of pegs, and like if you don't build these superstars now, when Roman leaves, when Seth leaves, when Cody and all these guys leave, you're not gonna have any stars to rely on because you buried them, just to keep your superstars at the top. But I will say, Raph, my emotions did change when I saw the MFTs. Because why the fuck would the MFTs be there in the first place? You're not beating Roman Reigns, okay? I don't know who you think you have on that side that's at Roman Reigns level. Except one Brahma Bull that just finished recording all his movies and has a free schedule for the first WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. They gotta put asses in seats.
I don't know, Jay. I don't know, Jay. And Raph, I didn't get that vibe. Honestly, it was weird. I'm usually the one with the vibe for the final boss. I didn't get that vibe. I don't know. I just felt like this would be some boring thing throughout the summer where Solo's gonna get in Jacob's head, like, are you gonna join us or me? I'm the real tribal chief. I don't know. And they're gonna make Jacob pick a side, and they're gonna be going back and forth on this through the summer months, and I don't know. Maybe Roman has another match with Solo. I mean, who cares for that? It was after the match. It was after the show was over, and kind of on Raw, where Roman and Cody were having some interaction that got me like, are we setting up there for a 3? Is that happening?
That's coming.
Is that
That's
happening
coming
next
too.
year? Is that happening in the summer? I don't know. So that I kind of got more thought of that than I did the final boss, but I see what you guys are saying. If it's not the final boss, then what the hell is this for? What is this for?
I don't know who Solo thinks he is, just pulling up on Roman Reigns like that, thinking he could take him one-on-one. And also, you have less people. It's only you, Tall Tonga, and what was another? I forgot the other guy's name.
Kama.
It's only 3 of y'all, so it's 4 against 3. So that don't make no sense. But
Or is it 4 against 3? Or is it a 4v4? I'm not doing this, bro. I can't do this, bro. I can't.
also, your guy's supposed to be a face, and he made Jacob Fatu get on his knees and acknowledge him.
He ain't no
What the
face, bro. This is some.
I always say he's not a face. He's never been a face. Matt always says it too. Bro, he's not a face.
He's like
He's
The
just
fact
like
it says
one-
acknowledge me still. That's all. The whole acknowledge me thing. That's still heel, but with crowd cheering. It's.
he's Homelander kind of, Jay. He's kind of
Yeah, bro.
Homelander.
He's awful, bro.
He hasn't changed. His character hasn't changed a bit. Maybe he's more like, oh yeah, like you remember that meme with Homelander? He's like, oh, I just killed a guy and they're cheering
Yeah.
for me. Oh, Okay.
The
All right.
only thing Roman is he doesn't cheat anymore to win. That's the only thing he doesn't do. Everything else is the same. He's manipulating everybody. He's still got the bloodline. He's still got the goons on with him. Like, what changed? And that's the thing. Like, uh, if you're gonna run this bloodline story back, you better have the fucking Rock in it. Because I'm not sitting
Yeah.
through this shit for you to bring
I
up
agree.
some fucking nobody, okay? And he's like the big surprise. Like he's from SWF or whatever, South
Matt.
Wrestling Florida or some shit. And he's like, oh,
That's
yeah, this
that's
is
why I think The Rock is coming now. Like
If we're
I'm
watching
always the
a-
guy. I'm always the guy. I'm always the guy disagreeing with you and saying no. But Jay just hit it on the nail, bro. You only run back this bloodline if your end game is Rock versus Roman. That's the only reason why, bro.
like who are they gonna
There's
bring
no
out?
one.
Rikishi? Like they've done brought everybody out in the bloodline, bro. Like who else
But
are they gonna bring?
if we're watching the match, guys, in the summer, and a hooded guy comes up, and it's not The Rock. It's
It's gonna be
not-
that bald
it's
bastard.
some random jobber. I swear, guys. I swear.
Oh my god. They're gonna do some dumb shit. They're gonna make Cody Rhodes the leader of the MFTs or some shit, bro. That's what they're doing, bro.
Let's get Brock in the bloodline, bro. Let's get Brock in the bloodline.
I have a picture with him throwing up the ones, bro. He already was on the bloodline, bro. Oh my god, bro.
That's called television. That's good TV right there.
Oh man, bro. Honestly, I would take that right now. I need something fucking different, bro. Like wrestling is so like it's WWE is so lame, bro. It's so fucking cookie cutter lame right now. It's the same shit over and over again, bro.
Give me
do
Brock
something
with the
fucking
follow.
different.
Let's see what happens, bro.
What I'm saying, bro. Have fucking like have like I don't know, like have Solo. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Solo's good. I like Solo. He's just a jobber though. Like
Like
he-
he was booked
he's
right, it would be more impressive. Like, oh shit.
fine
Solo-
wrestler. The way he is, the way he talks.
He
He's good
peaked.
talk.
He
He's
peaked
just,
already. He peaked. He peaked.
he's just with jobbers on Smack. Like he's surrounded by jobbers. I don't.
Real quick before we log off, who you guys got winning the King of the Ring?
I'm gonna go with Seth.
Yeah, I'll say Seth because I think Jay, like you said, one Lesnar comes in, interferes there.
So
Good
you
time
so
to
you
set
have
up.
so you have Seth Roman or Seth Cody.
I'll say Seth Roman. But then again, I don't know what this whole bloodline.
Seth, you could set up Seth Cody, and that I think that would be a good night one.
Give me Seth Cody. Give me
Yeah,
Cody.
I think Seth Cody night one would be okay. And honestly, and Raph is not gonna like this. I think you have Brock Lesnar main event night two with Oba
Wait,
Not
at
bad.
SummerSlam?
at SummerSlam. Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about, Jimmy.
I
That's
think
what
you
I'm
give
talking
him
about.
that. Is his hometown Minneapolis?
Let's be honest, Ravel. Which story is more
That's-
intriguing, guys?
No,
What's
it's
the
not even
most
about
intriguing
Matt,
story?
It's not
right
even about
now?
story. Listen,
Oh, it is.
hometown. It's not even about story. I'll give that one to you. Why, Matt? Hometown and Brock Lesnar is Mr. SummerSlam. Let's just be honest. He's
Yes.
Mr.
Yeah, bro,
SummerSlam.
that's
So
just-
I'll give you that, Matt.
I think I'm gonna rewatch that SummerSlam match from Roman Reigns. That shit was awesome. That was a great match. The Roman and
Yes.
Brock Lesnar SummerSlam. match. That was
Yes.
a great match.
And what happened? The same way we stood over Brock.
Wait,
the
and
same
it
way-
took everything out of the tribal chief to be Brock. That's what it's got to take.
I mean, your guy wants to put like a tractor and he wants to cheat and wants to do something we never seen before. Sure, bro. Sure.
Yo, when he drove down with the fucking tractor, bro, he tipped that shit with
Bro,
the rim out.
didn't Matt's guy 8-Town down like
Yes,
Shorty
bro, that
Jack
was
shit.
legendary. That was legendary. He's
that was
giving it
probably
to
massive.
Raph.
Sometimes I wish that we watched that match like all together, bro, because we would have been like standing up the whole time, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, Michael Cole's call killed me. He was like, Theory's gonna cash it. Oh, I don't think he got an opportunity because Brock just F5'd him onto the damn briefcase.
Nah.
Oh, shit, bro. All right, boys.
All right, boys.
So next week we'll be here, or Matt used to be away next week still.
We'll see if maybe next Thursday. We
Okay,
can
so
do
next
one.
Thursday will be what? What game? Be game 5 if necessary, right?
Yeah, Yeah, because game 4 would be Wednesday. Yeah, so
If
game 5
love it.
would be the
Friday.
Saturday.
What's that Saturday? If necessary.
Saturday, oh my God, it's gonna happen. Oh my God, it's gonna happen.
If necessary.
We're gonna
And-
watch it together
And,
live.
yo, if
Oh
by
my
the
God, we're
off,
taking the trip.
and by the off chance that for some reason we sweep the Spurs, this podcast is gonna be live. We're gonna be doing shit live on Thursday. We're gonna be together doing this shit. Okay,
Oh
we're gonna
my
be
God.
celebrating.
Guys, if the Spurs are up 3-0, by the time I'm on the way back, I'm canceling the flights. I'm staying over there. I am not coming back to watch this garbage. Nope, not a chance. I'll make sure I'm at the bar watching it. Maybe I'll see a fellow Knicks fan on the other side of the bar. And if we're down 0-3, me and him are
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah. I
some-
just gonna look at each other like
we're gonna look at each other like, what?
still the same old Knicks.
What?
All right,
All right,
boys.
guys.
Till next time, be easy,
Good
everybody.
shit.
See you guys.